right, so this is the hole for the key in the door, and the fix I have to do is I have to fill this in, and I have to recreate some notches. I'm going to show you the passenger side. That was the driver's side. This is the passenger side, and that's what it's supposed to look like, because the key tumbler, I guess that's what it's called, the key cylinder, has to fit in these notches so it doesn't spin. This one, obviously the notches are all worn out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-fiberglass this to build up this outer edge, and then I'm going to re-drill the hole and then file the notches in by hand. I don't think there's a better way to do it. So the first step is going to be, I'm going to put a layer of fiberglass on the backside. I'm also going to feather this down, sand this down a little, and then I'm going to fill over the top with a short strand fiberglass filler. Then I'm going to drill it out and put in the notches. Here I am midway through the repair. So I've got 2 layers of fiberglass on the inside of the door. And of course I've got it taped off on the bottom on the other side with some aluminum foil to prevent it from sticking. I think the tape would work by itself, but aluminum foil is there for some support. So I'm going to let that set up, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. So this was my idea to get an outline of the notches. I put a piece of paper along this edge here, and then I just kind of mark the edge of the door here. And then I have this light, which I ended up using. I would just go for the, I would just go for the light option actually. There we go. Because you can see it a lot better. My little tracing thing didn't work too well, but I think this will work well enough. So then I'll flip this around, of course, for the driver's side door. And then I should be able to at least know where I need to make the notches, and then I can kind of dial it in from there. Okay, here's the outside, and I scuffed this up a bit. I'm going to go ahead and let this set up a little bit more, and then I'm going to fill it. I'm not going to put another layer of fiberglass out here because I want something a little finer. So I'm going to use this short strand fiberglass reinforced body filler by Evercoat. I find that this stuff, it'll give me a little finer gradient. Now they can make a good product, but they can't keep their label glued on their can. It's okay. It's still good stuff. So that'll fill in all this, and it'll give me, I think, the ability to cut in the notches with a little more precision. And this stuff is still super strong. So I think I'm just going to go over it with that, and then smooth it out, and then drill my hole and try to do the notches as best I can. All right, body filler is in place. I'm gonna come back tomorrow when all this is set up, and then I'll sand it and see about doing the hole and the notches. The short hair body filler is in and sanded, so this is all flush now. The next step will be to find the center and then start a hole, and then I'll use a hole drill to make the main hole and then do the notches. Okay, I've got the hole started in the center pretty much of the new fiberglass, and I'm going to use this step hole drill down to 7/8. So this is the 1-inch mark. I'm going to go to the 7/8 line, which is this one, and then I might need to make it a slightly larger, but I'll check it with the lock assembly at that point. So that's the next step. All right, the 7/8 hole is drilled, and actually it fits pretty well. Here's the original. You can see that there's a little bit of wiggle room there, which is probably perfect. That's about how much you want. And then the next step is just to align this and then make the notches. And I realized I didn't have to really make a template for the notches because I can see the notches right here. So I'll just mark it with a pen or something, and then I can I can just cut them where I need them with a file. Okay, so I did use the 10 plate from the other door, and I lined it up with my line, the edge, and then this line here. And you can see right here that it's pretty much spot on. I'm just going to mark these notch points, and then I can cut them out. I really just need to know that there's this axis and this axis, and then the smaller notches are this way and the larger notches are this way. All right, here's a couple tips for those of you who are trying to orient your lock. Obviously there's 2 side notches that are here to keep the unit from twisting, and then those are the ones here, and then the ones here are for the retainer clip. That retainer clip goes under those. You notice that the ones on the top, I'm going to say top and bottom because obviously your lock is going to go this way, one way or the other, right? Those are wider. So the ones for the retainer clip are wider than the ones that keep it from rotating. So obviously you've got a 50-50 chance of getting that one. You just put it in however it goes in. You're going to know how it goes in correctly, you know, read the instructions. The other thing is that after marking this compass here, north, south, east, west, with the template, I realized that this line here, if you follow that line, it's pretty much just parallel to the door. In other words, that's just ground level. That's just horizontal. And then this line, you know, with the door on the car would be vertical. And you can pretty much tell that, right? It goes this way, straight down, this way, and it makes sense because your key, you want your lock to be vertical, right? When you approach the vehicle, you want it to be up and down like that. So you don't really have to do a template and mark it. Just have a line that's parallel to the door like that, and then you can figure out which notches need to be bigger and smaller. But I went ahead and just marked it anyway, so I've got, you know, 4 little marks, and now I'm going to take a file and not get those notches according to this. Okay, notches are in. The tools I used this is just a dowel with some sandpaper. I think it's like 100 grit, something like that. You can use anything you want. You do have to make the hole a little bigger than 7/8 because you can see the top of this flares out. So it is loose on here, but once it goes in, it's tight. So you just have to open it up a little bit wider than 7/8, and then I use this rasp to do the notches. And let's check it out. And of course, you're gonna, you know, test fit it as you go. But here it is going in, and that lines right up. Tight. I think this is better than new because it's just super tight in there. Very snug, not going anywhere. All right, thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful.